Welcome to the Global Impact STEM Academy Open House presentation. If you were unable to make it for this presentation during our open house, you are in the right place. So if you were at the open house, you would have received a checklist that looked much like this one. Noticing that first, you would have grabbed your schedule and your technology form. From there, we wanted to make sure all our families had fees and final forms completed and paid in order to, of course, take home your technology. Within final forms, there is an acceptable use policy that would need signed by parent and student. And then fees, of course, there's a technology leasing fee, which is the minimum amount that would need to be paid. From there, in the ag shop, you would have been able to pick up college textbooks, especially for those students who have classes starting Monday the 18th at Clark State, and pick up your laptop, of course, as well. Now, regarding the daily schedule here at the Global Impact STEM Academy's Upper Academy, you will notice there is a new start time. While at the South Lime campus, we would have started at 7:45. Because of busing, we now arrive at 7:35. That is the late bell. That is when class will start, is 7:35. And because we start 10 minutes early, we also end 10 minutes earlier. We do end at 2:20 as opposed to 2:30. Now that is all due to transportation, which we will get into in a moment. As you can see going down the list here, these classes, this schedule rather, is all intended for any classes taught by Global Impact STEM Academy teachers. That does include several CCP courses. If you have Mrs. Graver for English, Mr. Bonard for math, Mrs. Wyan for Spanish, or Mrs. Center for ASL, you will follow this exact schedule depending on the days you have the class. So if you have Mrs. Graver, let's say Tuesdays and Thursdays, second period, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will have her from 9 to 10:20. If you have a Clark State class that is not taught by a GISA instructor, then you will follow Clark State's schedule that they already have allocated for you in your Clark State hub, your student portal. But for our classes, anything here at GISA or taught by a GISA instructor, you will follow this schedule. Regarding the technology form that was included with your schedule, this is the form here. This form ensures that you, the student, have received your device. It doesn't mean that you can necessarily take it home yet. Again, that is dependent upon having signed your AUP and finished final forms, as well as paying any leasing fees. This form, however, records the student's name, the student's grade, and then, of course, the device number. We then have this on file to make sure that we can keep track. And then getting back to taking home laptops, here are the two necessary steps. If you have not done either or one or the other, you can scan these QR codes here at the bottom, and it will take you to the respective place you need to be, whether that be PaySchool Central or Final Forms. And it is important to remember when you are in PaySchool Central, we do not use CTC any longer for lunch, so you only need one PaySchool account for us. For Global Impact, you will only need one PaySchool account. So if you're noticing there's an issue with fee payment, or the fees are grayed out, or something seems off, double check that you are in the right PaySchools, because I'm sure some families have up to 3 if you participate in, let's say, athletics at a home district, and then of course you're here paying school fees as well as lunch. So now there is only one for Global Impact. Make sure, again, if you see any issues or errors, that you are in the right PaySchool. If a student or a family has not completed these both steps in order to take home technology, students will be dropping off their device before the end of the day every day until both are taken care of, AUP being acceptable use, and then of course the leasing fee. And then once they are taken care of, your student can of course take their device home. Some common expectations in the building. These are not new by any means, just something that's helpful to reiterate. One being dress code. Of course, we have not changed in that regard. Still no hoodies Monday through Thursday, no open-toed shoes ever. Again, you need closed-toed shoes for your labs and for the ag shop and anything like that. No graphic tees, but business casual is what we're looking for, and jeans, of course, are acceptable as long as they are not torn or ripped or have holes. The dress code for Clark State, I have had a few questions. Their dress code is vastly different than ours, with you being able to wear shorts or hoodies. However, if you do come into our building for any reason, you will have to be in Global Impact's dress code. In our building, this has not changed. Cell phones must be put away for the entirety of the school day here at the Upper Academy, that being 7:35 to 2:20. For students with Clark State classes, again, Clark State's rules are different. They are the campus's policies, and I do not believe they have such a cell phone policy. Regardless, Global Impact remains the same. Lastly, a big one here is device management. The key to this is simply being students. Please remember, these laptops belong to the school and you are borrowing them. So please take good care of the device itself, take good care of your charger, and remember everything you do on your laptop is able to be seen and viewed by the administration that works at the school, as well as our tech director. Now, regarding coming and going at the Upper Academy, we have drop-off and pickup, so nothing's changed there. We, of course, have the bus, the student driver, and the parent. So for drop-off, the goal is for parents to come up this way into our parking lot to drop students off and continue to leave out to Leffel, or to come around the parking lot and head up, leaving right out of towards John Street. Buses will drop off further down. You can't see it in the picture, but there is a cutout in the street here where buses will drop off in the morning. All buses will drop off per usual. Nothing has changed there. For student drivers, this lot is all for student drivers and visitors, as well as some spots here in the end. There are a few labeled staff, so we like to keep those blocked off. These 5, I believe, spots labeled visitor, those are for obviously visitors. But the rest of the lot is definitely open for students. There aren't too many spaces. So for students coming, if you're gonna start and enter our building here, we prefer you come down, and then right around the corner here is Lot I, and you can park there, which is pretty close. There's also a great lot of spaces you can park at Clark State, which we'll see here in a moment. Now, regarding pickup, things are a bit different. There will be 2 school buses, as of right now, that will shuttle students from the Upper Academy to South Lime. So if your student rides the bus home, they would get on one of the shuttle buses here, which will pick them up and take them out back to South Lime, where they can catch their District of Residence bus. This is why the Upper Academy releases 10 minutes earlier, so that bus can get there in time. For parents picking up, the goal is that you will come in the parking lot, and if you are first in line, you would go all the way around and stop here where the X is, right where this crosswalk is. That way, all of our parents can come in and start filling up this loop here as they arrive, and then students can come out, get in the car, and then again, the preferred exit is once you have your student here, coming out and going right towards John Street. Now, if you are in this side of the line, picking up a student, you can certainly come right out and exit towards Leffel Lane. If not, though, if you are past that exit, preferred, come right out here and head out towards John. Back to student parking, this is Lot I that I was referring to. So if you see our building here and you pass the parking lot, you can just come up and around and come right into Lot I. There is a smaller lot right before it that is reserved for Clark State's president, vice president, and guests. So you cannot park here, but you can park in Lot I, as well as any of the starred lots on this campus map. Regarding the classrooms that we will be utilizing on Clark State's campus, we have 2 fairly basic maps here. This one's a bit easier to start with. With this icon representing the school, students will come out that front door of the building, head across the street through the crosswalk, and they will come to a white brick wall labeled Rafinsky Center, and there is a double glass door which has the number 60 on it. That is door 60. As soon as students come in, they can take an immediate right, and you will find 3 of our classrooms down this hall. You will have Mrs. Turner for English, Mrs. Allen for math, Dr. Ahmed for math. For the second floor of Rhodes Hall, the other map, it's a little trickier to see, but if a student comes in through door 60 and they go towards the student bookstore and around the corner, down this hall, they will eventually come to an arcade machine and a stairwell. They'll see a sign for the steps. They simply go up the stairs to the second floor, and once exiting the stairwell, you will find our other two classes. Right here we have Mrs. Graver and Mrs. Wyan for English and Spanish, as well as Mr. Bonar for math. All other classes on Clark State's campus are not noted here as they are anywhere on the campus, so please make sure you talk with either Dr. Hess if you feel lost or nervous, or find someone at Clark State. They are happy to help. This year, our LMS will be Canvas as opposed to Otis. While we used that for the past 3 years, we're moving toward a learning management system that is better suited for us and for families. There will be more information to come, including the student app and the parent app that can be downloaded to simplify things in that regard. That said, thank you for joining me here on this recorded session. If you do have any other questions, you can always call the school. We're more than happy to talk to you. I hope you guys have a great year.